Wow, I thought it would never be made. It's been nearly 5 years since the initial announcement of Project 007 by IOI. The news was initially exciting that IOI, the creators behind the thrilling Hitman series, were drawing their reboot trilogy to a conclusion and had their sights set on Bond. Me personally, I'd given up hope on Bond in the gaming space. We had years and years of Activision's reign as Bond delivering flop after flop, and I don't think I even bothered to play the last one because of how bad they were. So you can imagine my dismay when a trailer for the new Bond finally dropped. Now, I will turn 30 this year, and I think it's important for me to mention that I am a lifelong Bond fan. One of the first movies I remember watching was GoldenEye, which came out in 95, and the first game that I can remember playing was GoldenEye on the N64, which should give you some indication of how much this series means to me on a whole. Without much further ado, let's get into it. If you've played the newer Hitman games like I have, then you're expecting a damn good looking game, and it's clear that's what we'll be getting. The normal cast makes a return. We've got M, Moneypenny, Q, and a young Bond. Right away, we know that this will be a different Bond to the Craig timeline, and most likely a different timeline to the rest of the franchise as well. Mind you, the classic Bonds were never meant to be viewed in a particular sequence like the Craig movies, also just being a nice little escape from reality. We get a mention of his parents' climbing accident when he was 11, this time leaving him scarred. There's also an exchange in dialogue between M and this new Greenway character, explaining that he's more or less a loose cannon, having to attend multiple boarding schools, and then even having trouble in the Navy. I personally appreciate this little detail, as the Craig movies didn't bother to touch his service in the Navy at all, and the description of him being a maverick, if you will, reminds me of another slightly less famous spy. On a side note, there seems to be a template somewhere where all the game devs can use. Marvel's Spider-Man's Peter Parker, Nathan Drake, and now Bond all look like they're related. The game looks to have all the typical Bond tropes, at least most of which will hopefully be coming back. The beautiful women, the Q scene, or scenes, the Astons. There looks to be a one-on-one meeting with the big bad, and the miraculous escape sequence. At the moment, I have my reservations about the gameplay, but it kind of looks like it'll play like Uncharted 4, with a bit more of a focus on the stealth, driving, and gunplay, rather than an oversized ancient puzzle. If the Hitman trilogy is anything to go by, the game will likely be a solo campaign where to unlock upgrades and correctly progress, you'll need to be connected to the internet, which is unfortunate. I hope that IOI spends some time circumventing that for people who don't live in areas with the best internet or just don't want to be using massive chunks of download for a single player game. I won't hold my breath on that either, seeing as to unlock the on duty skin and the Golden Wraith PPK skin, you have to sign up to an IOI account. All in all, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this game as development progresses and more news comes out. IOI blew us all away with the reboot Hitman trilogy, the stunning graphics, innovative sandbox style gameplay, and even a small, easy to follow story that was enjoyable to play through. If I'm honest, that's all they need to do. The only thing that needs improving on IOI's last project would be the storytelling, and I think that a 007 game would be the perfect stepping stone for IOI to take their craft to the next level. If you like this type of content, please consider dropping a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.